What up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, here is my third half of my top 100 anticipated movies of next year. Because I already did, like on Friday, I did 100 to 91. Then yeah, yes, I did from 90 to 81. So now I'm gonna do so now today I'm gonna be doing my from 80 to 71. So with that being said, here's my list. All right, coming in at number 80, it's a film called Bios. Now, this movie takes place on a post-apocalyptic Earth, and it's about like this robot who's built to protect the life of dying creator's beloved dog. Learns about life, love, friendship, and what it means to be human. And it has an interesting cast. You got Tom Hanks is in this, Caleb Landry Jones, Skeet Ulrich, Samara Wiley, Laura Harrer. This actually sounds kind of intriguing. I mean, it is always nice to see Tom Hanks in something very different. Like, he's done sci-fi before, but this is something totally different outside his wheelhouse. And Landry Jones is playing the robot here. Now, I still don't know a whole lot about this, just mainly from that synopsis alone. And sometimes, just because Tom Hanks is in your movie doesn't always automatically mean the film's going to be automatically good. I mean, come on, he was in The Circle after all. But I'm still kind of intrigued by Bios. And the film comes out in October, so sometimes sci-fi movies do well that month, like we saw with Gravity, but sometimes not, like what we just saw with Gemini Man. So, we'll see. Anyway, coming in at number 79 is a film called Stillwater. Now, it's about this father who travels from Oklahoma to France to help his daughter who has been arrested for murder. Dang. And it stars Matt Damon and Abigail Breslin. And it's directed by Tom McCarthy, who also who also did that Oscar-winning movie Spotlight. So this is like his first his first feature since Spotlight. And Stillwater sounds kind of intriguing. I mean, you got Matt Damon in this, who, come on, Matt Damon is always awesome. I really quite like Abigail Breslin, so this could be probably an Oscar contender. So I'll definitely give this one a shot. Anyway, it comes out in November, so it could be interesting. And Matt Damon is, of course, having an interesting year thanks to Ford v Ferrari, so hopefully this will be pretty decent. Alright, coming in at number 78, it's Sally Potter's film titled The Roads Not Taken. The film follows 24 hours in the life of a father and daughter, Leo and Molly, as she grapples with the challenges of dealing with her father's chaotic mental state. But as they wave their way around New York City, their ordinary but stressful day takes on a hallucinatory and epic equality. For Leo is seamlessly flowing in and out of several parallel lives. And it stars Javier Bardem, Salma Hayek, Elle Fanning, and Laura Linney. So Chris Rock was supposed to be in this too. I guess they cut him out or something. But the film was supposed to be called Molly, but I guess they decided to change it to The Road's Not Taken. I mean, I like Elle Fanning, I like Javier Bardem. Sally Potter's a decent director, so I'll probably check this one out. It comes out in March, so alright. Coming in at number 77, it's a Netflix film, and that is the film adaptation of the Broadway musical, The Prom. Now, kind of weird that they're releasing this on Netflix instead of the big screen, because The Prom is actually pretty popular than you expect. But I guess not everyone really have heard of The Prom or whatever. But here's what The Prom is pretty much about. It's about a troupe of hilariously self-obsessed dear stars swarm into a small conservative Indiana town in support of a high school girl who wants to take her girlfriend to prom, but of course they won't really let her. So, or the school board, I should say. And it has an interesting cast. It has some newcomers that I never really heard of, but it also has people like Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, James Corden, Keegan-Michael Key, Awkwafina, and this Broadway guy named Andrew Ranellis, I think his name is. The prom kind of sounds intriguing. I mean, I never really seen the prom on Broadway, but I did heard the music before, so I'm kind of intrigued by this. I mean, it sounds kind of interesting. I heard great things about the Broadway show, and it also features and believe it or not, at the Macy's parade, like I think it was last year. Yeah, last year. It featured a the first LGBTQ kiss on the Macy's parade from the prom, so that's pretty cool there. All right, coming in at number 76, it is "Promising Young Woman." Now it stars now this film stars Carey Mulligan as is a young woman who's traumatized by a tragic event in her past and seeks out vengeance against men who crossed her path. And it stars Carey Mulligan, Bo Burnham, who also gave us Eighth Grade, which was amazing. Alfred Molina, Adam Brody, Christopher Metz-Plasse, Jennifer Coolidge, Clancy Brown, Laverne Cox, Alison Brie. List goes on and on. Really amazing cast. And the trailer got released not so long ago, and Promising Young Woman looks promising. It looks really awesome. Looks pretty violent. Looks like it's gonna have some great action. I mean, you can never go wrong with Carey Mulligan. So there's that. I think this looks really interesting. So, and the film comes out in April. So hopefully it's well promising. All right, coming in at number 75, it is Trolls World Tour. Now, the first Trolls I thought was a surprise. Because when they first announced Trolls, I'm like, really, you're gonna do a movie about these dolls that I always found to be very creepy, even as a child. But Trolls World Tour was. I mean, the first Trolls. I haven't seen Trolls World Tour, obviously. The first Trolls was awesome. Had great music, great voice cast. You had Anna Kendrick, Justin Timberlake, James Corden, who really needs a hit thanks because of Cats. I mean, Trolls World Tour looks amazing. It has it features different musical trolls, like a classical trolls, pop trolls, hip hop trolls. It also has an interesting voice cast. You besides Kendrick, Corden, and Tim Lake returning, you also got other people like who else is in this? Oh yeah, Ozzy Osbourne's in this. You've got Kelly Clarkson, Mary J. Blige, Keita Thompson's in this. So some interesting returning voice cast and newcomers. So hopefully it's gonna be something pretty good. All right, coming in at number 74, it is Fatherhood. Now, this is a drama that stars Kevin Hart, and here's what it's about. Kevin Hart plays this father who brings up his baby girl as a single dad after the unexpected death of his wife, who died a day after their daughter's birth. This actually kind of reminds me of that Kevin Smith movie, Jersey Girl, when Ben Affleck's character's wife ends up dying during childbirth, and so he has to learn to raise his daughter all alone. This was what kind of reminds me of. And it also stars Alfred Witter. You also got Lil Rel Howe's in there. Some really interesting cast members. And, Kevin Hart is a great comedic actor, but after seeing what he just did with that movie, The Upside, I think Kevin Hart had some really strive in drama. Granted, The Upside still had some comedy in it, but it was more, but still had a dramatic moments. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Kevin Hart could really do outside of just his typical comedy humor and stuff. And this film is directed by Paul Weiss, who gave us stuff like About a Boy, American Dreams. He's a pretty good director, so I'm really kind of intrigued by Fatherhood. All right, also at this, number 73. I meant to say, sorry, half asleep. Anyway, number 73. It is The Glorious. Now, this is about a feature film based on feminist icon Gloria Steinem, and it's based on her best-selling book, My Life on the Road, and it tells the story of her childhood's influence on her life as a writer, activist, and feminist and all. And you got Julianne Moore as the older Glorious Time, you got Alicia Vikander, who's also playing like a younger version, and Lou Wilson's playing like the very young version. So this kind of sounds really intriguing. Now, I don't really know much about. I don't really follow Glorious Time a whole lot, but the movie's being directed by Julie Taymor, who gave us, Frida, Across the Universe. So anything Julie Taymor directs, I'll definitely be watching. And the other cast also includes people like Janelle Monáe. You got Bette Midler's in this, so I'm kind of intrigued by The Glorious. Alright, coming in at number 2, it is Fallout. Now, in this, it stars and is directed by Viggo Mortensen, who portrays a man who lives with his male partner, played by Terry Chan, and their adopted daughter in Southern California. And he also travels to LA, to stay with his family, as he also deals with as and you got Lance Henriksen, who plays like Morrison's dad in this, who ends up traveling to LA to stay with like his family because he's dealing with memory loss. So yeah, I think this kind of sounds intriguing. Now, Viggo Mortensen has worked with some really talented directors. Whether you talk about he of course worked with David Cronenberg, he worked with Peter Jackson. Of course, he worked with Pierre Farrelly. So he's worked with some really talented filmmakers. And so he's making his directorial debut with Falling, and it's actually premiering at Sundance in January. I think this really sounds intriguing. You also got Laura Linney, Hannah Gross is in this. So sign me up. I'll definitely give this one a shot because I love Viggo Mortensen. It feels like he's having a nice comeback thanks to Captain Fantastic, thanks to Green Book. So nice to see Viggo Mortensen making like a bit of a comeback now. Alright, man. Now, coming in at number 71, it is Spike Lee's new film, The Five Blood, which is a Netflix release. Now, this is about these four black Vietnam veterans who return to Vietnam as they are in search of the remains of their fallen squad leader and the promise of buried treasure. And these heroes battle forces of man and nature while confronted by the lasting ravages of immorality of the Vietnam. Now, this has a really great cast. Like, you got Chadwick Boseman, Delroy Lindo, Clark Pierce. You got Jonathan Majors, Paul Walter Hauser, Jean Reno. You got Norm Lewis. Really amazing cast. And this is Spike Lee's like follow-up to Black Klansman, which was terrific. So who doesn't love Spike Lee? And this is based on a book, and it sounds intriguing. And it sounds like an Oscar contender, so look for this like around next Oscar season. But yeah, The Five Blood sounds kind of very intriguing, so sign me up. And I'm pretty sure when the trailer hits, it's gonna open with with saying it's a Spike Lee joint. So, all right, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 80 BIOS, 79 Stillwater, 78 The Road's Not Taken, 77 The Prom, 76 Promising Young Woman, 75 Trolls World Tour, 74 Fatherhood, 73 The Glorious, 72 Falling, and 71 The Five Blood. Now, let me leave it to you guys. Which of these are you kind of interested in? Are you interested in The Five Blood, Falling, Promising Young Woman, Trolls World Tour, The Prom, etc.? Or is there another film you'll probably add on this list? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is C Movies signing off.